When we look up at the night sky, we see a red dot. For centuries, humans have dreamed of going there. We call it a new home, a second Earth, a backup plan for humanity. But if you strip away the dreams and science fiction, the reality of Mars is much darker. It is not a new beginning. It is a corpse, a planetary fossil that shows us exactly what happens when a world dies. Welcome to the Red Planet. There is a reason the ancients named this world after the god of war. It is the color of blood. But in reality, it is not blood, it is rust, iron oxide. The entire surface is a rusty wasteland. But rust tells a story. Rust only forms when iron reacts with oxygen and water. Billions of years ago, Mars was not red, it was blue. It had oceans, rivers, and a thick atmosphere just like Earth. It might have even had life. But something went wrong. The planet's magnetic heart stopped beating, the shield collapsed, and the solar wind stripped away the air, the water, and the warmth. Mars is not a barren rock. It is a garden that withered and died. Today, standing on Mars would be a terrifying experience. The atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's. It is 95% carbon dioxide. There is nothing to breathe. But the lack of air does something worse to the human body. It creates a silence so deep it is unnatural. Because the air is so thin, sound doesn't travel well. If you shouted at someone standing just a few meters away, they might not hear you. It is a silent world. And without a pressure suit, you wouldn't just suffocate. The low pressure would cause the moisture in your eyes, mouth, and lungs to boil instantly. Mars is not just uninhabitable, it is actively hostile. If the lack of air doesn't kill you, the sun will. On Earth, we are protected by a magnetic field. On Mars, that field is gone. The surface is bombarded by cosmic rays and solar radiation every single second. A trip to Mars exposes an astronaut to hundreds of times more radiation than staying on Earth. Surviving there means living underground. To live on this new home, we would have to hide in caves or lava tubes, like insects hiding from a storm. We would not be explorers walking in the sun. We would be prisoners of the radiation. And then there is the dust. Mars is famous for its dust storms, but these are not like storms on Earth. They are global events. Sometimes a storm grows so large it covers the entire globe. For weeks or even months, the sun is blotted out. Solar panels stop working. The temperature drops even further. Imagine being trapped in a habitat millions of kilometers from home, listening to the sand scratching against the walls, in total darkness for months. The dust is also toxic. It contains perchlorates, chemicals that are dangerous to the human thyroid. The very soil of Mars is poison to us. Despite the danger, we keep sending our emissaries. Mars is the only planet in the known universe entirely inhabited by robots. but it is also a graveyard for them. Scattered across the dunes are the metal bodies of our explorers, Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity. Machines that fought until their batteries died and their solar panels were covered in dust. They sit there frozen in time, waiting for humans who might never arrive. They are monuments to our curiosity and reminders of how difficult this world truly is. We often talk about terraforming Mars, turning the red planet green, making it look like Earth. But perhaps we are looking at it all wrong. Mars is a mirror. It shows us how fragile a planet really is. It shows us that an atmosphere is a gift, not a guarantee, that oceans can evaporate, that a living world can turn to rust. Mars is a fascinating place to visit. It's a treasure trove of science. But looking at its frozen, silent deserts makes you appreciate the chaotic, noisy, living blue marble we call home. Mars is not a backup plan. It is a warning.